All right, so it's busy parent time. Good morning. Good morning. We're always on the go. But so today I kind of chose to talk about something I found that was important for me to start talking about with my son, who is now a middle schooler, that he might encounter, and that is
menstrual cycles.
Periods. I know it's terrible. It's a terrible thing to have to talk about, right? Is it terrible? If there's worse things that we could be talking about, like the time,
I bloodied my eye.
No. But so it was important for me to not only educate my daughter but my son about menstrual cycles, because I remember seeing boys in middle school shaming girls for something that they had no control over, their menstrual cycle. I remember the panic and the embarrassment of what if I have an accident, and I think it's important that we as citizens kind of think about our accountability to one another with things that are completely out of our control, like farting, right? It has to happen. Yeah, it's still funny to you. Huh?
It's a hobby.
Or just farting. Okay. Or burping. These are things that are natural, right? They happen. And so does a menstrual cycle. So I posed this question to Ryan. I asked you, if you saw a girl with blood on the back of her pants, what would you do?
Tell her.
You would for real tell her?
Mm-hmm.
You would walk up to her like in public or in private? No joke.
Private.
In private. But what if there's a boy out there that's like, I would not even, periods are like nasty. I would never tell a girl that she had blood on the back of her pants.
I don't
know. It's tough, right? You don't feel like it's your business?
It's not.
It's not. But I do think that it's important, being a good citizen, that if someone had an accident, let's say somebody there was water on the floor and they were about to trip in it, would you let them know that the water was on the floor? If you knew, right, to save them that embarrassment. If somebody had a spider on their back, would you tell them?
I'd flick it off.
You flick it off? Well, you can't flick a period off. No, not funny. But it is one of those things where I think it's important for boys to be educated on it, because it is not nasty. At some point, they will transition, if they so choose, to having girlfriends or wives that will go through this, right? And I couldn't imagine being with somebody that would shame me or be like, I'm gross because my body does something that helps create more of these things. So I think it's important that we kind of have an open and honest conversation with our kids about menstrual cycles. Zahara knows what plugging it and patching it is. And I'm pretty open about these times, because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm being mean mommy, right? When it's that time of the month. I'm not trying to be mean mommy. I'm just going through some things, and these things happen. And I think being aware is kind of a start of being able to empathize. So I don't want my son to be all grossed out by a period, but I do want him to understand that a woman's body goes through a lot of changes, and sometimes we can't control when it decides to bleed. We have knowledge of, we can think of when it's about, but we don't know when, just like we don't know when we're going to fart, unless you're this guy and you're pushing it out, or you're this girl and you're just pushing it out. So that's what I'm going through hard for, is really giving our folks, our kiddies, our citizens, an understanding of natural bodily functions, and being good citizens to others as they go on in life. So until next time, this is Ladywood going hard for empathy and menstrual cycles.
P.S.
P.S.
The louder, the more power.